It is my AI live time. Today is Friday, September 13th. Now, no Friday the 13th things here, right? We all good? Everybody okay? All right. We're going to have some fun today, regardless of what the day and time is. So, my AI live, we're getting together every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Pacific. And we're doing this with the My AI system. We are helping you be able to not only know how to use the system, but also how to build on social media, different ways of doing this. We're going to give you different types of demos every single day. And we've had some amazing testimonies lately. So Tony the other day gave us a testimony of how she's been here and learning so much that she's now speaking at her company event. It's like this really does huge stuff. But here's the key to it. I'm going to give you the key. It's kind of like your eating program. There has to be some consistency in it, right? Because if you eat celery 3 days and then pizza 2 days, it's not going to work out so well, right? We have to do this every day to get consistent and build the muscle and learn all these things. So we do this every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Pacific. And for those of you, is anybody brand new today? So put a 1 in the chat if you are brand new, and then put a 7 in the chat if you've been here before and you've learned some great things. So 1 if you're brand new. Julie, fantastic, great to see you here. Welcome. And you're in Michigan. I can love you every day but game day. On game day, we can't be friends. I went to the University of Iowa, so I'm a Hawkeye. And blue and are you a blue fan or which Michigan State? Okay. All right. All righty. Oh, we've got green. Go green. Okay. All right, we got Glenn. Everybody else, I think nobody else brand new today. Everybody else, if you're brand new, put a 1. Carl's brand new. Fantastic. Well, let me tell you real quickly how we're going to do this. What we do is we do a different demo every single day. I give you an idea of a type of post, something for the day. You can do that one, or you can make your own post, whatever you like. Some days we do posts. Some days we teach you some video stuff. Some days we teach you other things. The other day we did how to actually make an ebook and a landing page to use with your My AI and your advertising. Like that was a big, that was pretty intense, right? There was a big one. So there's replays. I'm going to show you where you're going to find your replays at, but every day we do a different demo. So you're going to learn something new about social media and how to build successfully on there. And then each day at the end of the training part of it, we're going to take 5 minutes. We put a timer up and then we all go do a post ourselves. Now, the reason we do that is for many of us on here, Coach Mike, myself, Jenny, like a whole bunch of us here, we've been doing this for like 5 years. We've been doing this for a very, very, very long time before we started this meeting over here. And we have incredible results from it. So that's why we have this meeting over here now for you guys to be able to get those same results that come with consistency. So let's, first of all, let me show you where you're going to find your replay at. If you want a replay of this meeting or want to go backwards to any other of any of the other trainings, you're going to come over here to the official corporate Nowsite group. The official corporate Nowsite group is where you will find this. And so you'll find all of your lives right here. We stream live in here. If you're actually watching over there right now, come on over here to the live Zoom. So if you're this one lone person over there, that may be Adrian, come on over here. You're going to have some fun over here. You can come to nowsite.online. And you can join us on the live Zoom. But of course, there is the replay here all the time also. If you want to know more about me, my name is Elizabeth Larson. I am a personal and business transformation coach. I am a teacher, trainer, author, speaker, professional network marketer. I've been building businesses and doing training on building online and using social media, websites, and technology for over 10 years. I started out on the stages of an essential oil company, really big one. And it's been quite a wild ride. I can't believe it's actually been that long that I've been teaching that. So anyways, all of my posts are made with the My AI system. So if you ever need any ideas, feel free to come over here and you can see all of my posts. I do all different types of posts, from transformation to testimonial posts, inspirational posts, befores and afters, all kinds of different posts. So if you ever need an idea, feel free to come to my page. And we have this neat little thing called Make It My Own. So you can even take a screenshot of one of my posts, put it into the My AI system, and it will give you your own version of that post. So really neat little tool that we have there. Okay, so let's talk about Fridays, what work on Fridays. What are people thinking about on Friday? A lot of them are thinking, the weekend's coming up. Thank goodness I don't have to deal with this job. Yay. Okay. Anybody ever been one of those people? I know I have. I was in the past. Okay. So thankful that it was the day off, right? Steve is looking forward to going and seeing his daughter. What is on his mind? Like being able to have freedom and being able to do what he wants. So those are two things that are really great. So on Friday, there's a couple of different things that we like to do. Number one, we can celebrate wins, which we love to celebrate wins every Friday. It's based on the gap and the gain. But another thing that we can do also is we can also talk about the importance of freedom for Freedom Friday. Now, freedom can be whatever it is to you, but one thing that I love about Freedom Friday posts is the fact of, why are you doing what you're doing? My guess is it's because you want to build some freedom in your life. You want some financial freedom. You want some freedom of choices and having choices. You want the freedom to be able to do the things that you want to do, give to the people that you want to give to, sow into the things that you want to sow into, be able to travel, what is important to you? So first of all, when you think about freedom, the first thing I want you to think about is what's important to you? What is important to you? Because it's going to be different for everybody, right? But when we talk about what's important to us with that authentic voice, the people who resonate with that will resonate with that post, right? And that's what we're wanting to start, more conversations. So if we make a regular post today and we do that about freedom, we can say, what is freedom for you? So Steve, what is freedom for you?
Oh God. I mean, I was just thinking about that, because I used to be so caught up in my mind, like I was a prisoner in my own mind.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got into self-improvement and self-development, it kind of, you kind of release yourself from that prison
Right.
and discover there's a whole new world out there and a whole new you out there. So I think just freedom of expressing yourself as the person you truly are and be authentic, because I always used to hide a lot, hide my true feelings and not be authentic. So that's freeing to me, you know,
Love that.
and yeah, it's got me on, I've been very adventurous in this last 10 years, just feeling free and doing what I want to do. So that's
I
what
love,
freedom is to me.
I love that. And Steve, so if you were going to turn that into a post, one of the things you could talk about is the importance of learning how to truly be your authentic self without fear and living in the freedom of who you truly are.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, that's the thoughts that are coming to me when you talk about freedom. So
love it.
definitely.
Love
Thanks.
it. Love it. Okay, Mike, what does freedom mean to you?
Freedom is having the ability to just be yourself and do what you like to do.
I like it. Like that a lot. Okay. Vicky Watley. I'm going to have to do two. I have twin Vickies here. I got Vicky Taylor and Vicky O. So you're Vicky O, and now I got Vicky T. Okay. So Vicky O, what's freedom to you?
After experiencing what I went through last year with the whole health issue and everything, I'd have to say freedom is having the health restored and the ability to take on my life again and keep work moving forward. So I find great freedom in that.
I love that. I love
I'm
that.
grateful to be
Yay. I'm so thankful you're here too, honey. I just enjoy you being here so much.
here.
All
I'm
right.
learning a lot. I did do a Fun Friday video already and a YouTube short this morning, so I'm on fire.
Okay, Jazzy hands. That's incredible. Like, you go, girl. Woohoo!
Haven't
All
done the
right,
live yet though, so I'm still working on that one.
you'll get it. You'll get it. It's baby steps, right? All right, let's go to Vicky T. What's freedom for you?
Freedom is the choice of doing what I want to do. If I
Yeah,
want to travel, if I want to do my business, if I want to do nothing, giving me the authority to myself to do what I want to do when I want to do it,
love that. Love that.
except for lives. No, I'm going to practice, practice, practice.
I swear they get easier. I swear they get easier. All right, Judy, what's freedom for you?
Just to be able to do what I want when I want and not worry about any finances or, just like Biggie said, to do what you want when you want and have that freedom.
I love that. I love that. Thank you, honey. All right. So the reason I had all of you guys or many of you say what freedom is to you is because I want everybody to get this understanding of how much of a core thing this is for so many people in so many different ways. Because truthfully, how much of your life did you live without that freedom? How much of your life did you live, like Steve said, hiding or not being able to do the things that you wanted to do? Or doing things that you hated and felt like there was no other choice. So what we have to remember is there's a whole bunch of people out there who are still struggling with that. And you may very well have the answer that's going to help them. So as we make our post, what I want you to think about today is just going backwards and talking to the person that you used to be. So Steve's going to go back and talk to the person that was still hiding, that's hiding his true self, that's hiding the fact that he wants more in his life, that's kind of like got this mask on that everything's okay, and it's really not. You know, who was it? Judy was like being able to do what she wanted to do, right? Judy may talk about the freedom of, I'm building this business and I'm going after my dream because I made a decision that I'm never going to live less than what I deserve anymore. I'm going to build the freedom to be able to do the things I want to do because I deserve it. And you do too. I'm excited. If you want to do this with me, I'm getting ready to build a community. I'm building a team. I'm building whatever. Would love for you to be a part of that. So let's go ahead and make a post, and I'm going to show you a couple of easy ways to do this. Now, first, I want to show you how to do this with very little information, okay? Since I've been building on social media and doing stuff for so long, it's like writing can tend to be easy for me. But what I want to do is go back to the person I used to be when I couldn't write anything and I didn't know what to say. And I want to show you how the AI is going to help you guys with that. Okay. And then Danielle, we're also going to do your comments also, your thing too at the same time. Okay. So first, let me come over here and we're going to come over and I'm going to show you the Nowsite system. Now, for those of you who are brand new, hey, Aretha, good to see you, honey. Glad you're here. For those of you who are brand new, you're going to go to nowsite.online to log in. When we come here, we're going to come over to post on social media. Now, when you talk about freedom, it's really best if you have a photo of you, maybe a photo of you doing something like Steve has great photos of him doing a 14er. For those of you who don't know what a 14er is, it's it's just crazy. I don't know how you do it, Steve. He climbs mountains. Him and Adrian both, they do this crazy stuff and it's amazing. It's inspiring to me. I hopefully someday I could do that. But so for him, maybe it's one of the pictures of him climbing. Maybe it's a picture of you on vacation. Maybe it's just a selfie. If you can use a photo of you either with other people doing something, out to eat something, or a photo or selfie of you, there's more of a connection with that than just a random photo. Okay. But for some of you, you're new and you're like, I'm not ready to put my picture out there yet, Elizabeth. I have another option for you and it's okay. All right. If you don't have your own photo, if you do have your own photo, you're going to either use Selfie AI or Caption My Image. And the AI, and you're going to upload the image in there, and the AI is going to look at your image, right? It's going to review your image, it's going to review your wording and make your post for you. If you don't have that, you can come over here to Caption and Suggested Image. Caption and Suggested Image. The AI is going to write the post. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. It's going to write the post. It's a bad time to get the hiccups. It's going to write the post, and then it's going to give you the image also, okay? And then the image is going to be something that's related to that, and of course, you can change that. So we talked yesterday a little bit with Vicky about images and using an image and putting text on there. You could do that also. But for this kind of post, when you're talking about your own story of freedom and why freedom's important to you and what you're doing because of that and wanting to help other people, you really want to use a photo of you for the connection. Okay. But if you don't have one, you can do this. I'm going to do the Caption and Suggested Image to show people how to do that. And sometimes, honestly, I will do Caption and Suggested Image just because I don't want to think about which photo I'm going to use until after I have the wording, because I have a couple photos to choose from. So what do I want the post to be about? If I'm going to talk about freedom, I'm probably going to do hashtag Freedom Friday. And then I'm going to write my post. I'm going to ask it, write me a post about living in the freedom of being who I truly am without regrets, without being scared that people will judge me, loving myself and life. Okay, let's just put something very simple in there, okay? So write me a post about living in the freedom of being who I truly am without regrets, without being scared that people will judge me, loving myself and loving my life. Okay. Now notice something. I didn't talk about money. Freedom doesn't mean money to every single person, right? To Steve, it was not hiding. It was allowing himself to be the truest, most authentic version of himself. For Mike, freedom was about being able to do what he wanted to do. But that doesn't necessarily mean money. So a lot of times when we're talking online, we're like, do you want to make money? Do you want to make money? I invite you to change your thought process about this a little bit and think of money's just the tool. Get closer to the heart of what they really want in their life and what's important to them, and talk about having that instead. You'll probably get further in the conversation and building your business. So let's hit generate. When we do, remember the AI is going to go back and look at all of the stuff, and let's see what it has to say. Living in the freedom of being who I truly am has changed everything. No more regrets, no more fear of judgment, just pure, unfiltered self-love and joy. Remember, life's too short to be anyone but your incredible self. Embrace it, Freedom Friday. Imagine Dragons always get me pumped up for living authentically. It's true. One of my favorite songs by Imagine Dragons is Whatever It Takes. Love that song. If you haven't heard that song, look it up. It's a great theme song. Okay, now this is okay, but for me, I like a little bit of longer posts because I want a little bit more meat in there, right? I want a little bit of more story in there. So I'm going to take this little button right here, the AI, and I'm going to say, rewrite this and add in my story of overcoming fear, and self-hatred. Okay. Now I'm going to rewrite. Now, if I like the vein of where it's going, I do the changes with this AI button. If I didn't like it at all, and I'm like, no, you got to go in a different direction with this, I would just hit that other generate button again. But if I do that, it erases the photo, it erases everything, and it starts over from scratch. Okay, so let's take a look at this now. Overcoming fear and self-hatred has been the most transformative journey in my life. Breaking free from the chains of doubt and embracing who I truly am has changed everything. There were times when I regretted so much and feared being judged, but I realized life's too short for that. Now it's all about pure, unfiltered self-love and joy. Remember, you're incredible just the way you are. Embrace it. Love this. Now, what if you want to add a little bit more to it? So I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to say, add in my story of being a child who was always, yeah, I'm not going to do that now. I'll do that on when I do my regular post for the sake of time. Okay. So if you wanted to add in something else, you could. Now, I like the image. I like the image. I could just leave the image the way it is. If I want to put wording on the image, now this is a little bit more advanced. I'm going to give you one advanced thing for everything, okay? Because this was the question that Vicky asked yesterday. I don't want to make sure to sneak this in here so I answer her question at the same time. What happens if I want to add the wording, but I love this picture? If I hit change image, I'll lose the image. Okay? There's two things I could do. I could hit change image and try to search for that image and find that image, or I can hit get started and that image will actually download to my computer. And then what I can do is hit change image, go to my images and upload the image back up. I have found that actually easier to do that way because sometimes when I've tried to search for an image, I couldn't find the image again. So there's the image. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to edit the image. Okay, now I'm going to add some text to the image. Now, one thing to remember, if you are editing, Vicky, if you're doing this on Facebook, you can do any of these, right? It doesn't matter. All of these photos work on Facebook. But if you are on Instagram, if you're going to do an Instagram photo, you have to bring this in and square it, or else it's not going to look right on there. So you have to square it off as much as you can. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to add text to the image. Now, when you do this, one thing I skipped, and I'm sorry, when I come over here, I can take some of the wording out of here and put it on here. So let me do this. Break free from the chains of doubt, embracing who I truly am has changed everything. I'm going to take that. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to change image. I already showed you how to upload the image back up there. You could search for a different image if you want. I'm going to take the image. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to bring this in and square it off because then I can use it on Instagram or anywhere else because I want the wording to actually show up everywhere, right? Center it a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to add text to the image. When I do, I'm going to copy that text that the AI gave me and I'm going to put it right in here. I'm going to move like this. I'm going to center my photo. I am going to increase my font size. Let's get a different font. And there's all these different fonts that you can use. And so I'm going to change the font, try to center it. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to overlay. And I'm going to bring the color down. Now, you don't have to go to all this work for your photo. If you have your own photo and stuff, you don't have to do this. But if you've ever wanted to have photos with words on it and didn't know how to easily do it, you can do it with the AI system here. All right, now I'm going to hit OK. This is my photo now. When I add this in, this is what it will look like. So now I have a photo with wording. that grabs attention, right? Because remember, in the scroll, when you're doing the scroll, people are scrolling what catches your attention. And so that's kind of what I'd like you to look at over the weekend is what catches your attention when you stop on something. Funny little kids, colors, food, brightness, words tend to stop people. Videos stop people, right? So these are all the things I want you to think of, okay? So let's come back over here. Now we're going to make our post. Now, if I make this post here, nope, not change image, come back. If I make the post on Facebook, it's really simple. I come over here, I put everything in there. I'm going to put some more white space in here. Overcoming fear and self-hatred has been the most transformative journey of my life. Breaking free from the chains of doubt and embracing it has changed everything. There were times I regretted so much and feared being judged, but I realized time is too short for that. Now it's about pure, unfiltered self-love and joy. Remember, you're incredible just the way you are. Embrace it. Live your most authentic self. You need help with this, DM me below. Now that's one ending that you could do here. But Steve, where's Steve? For Steve, there's another ending that he can do here too, especially with his of hiding. So he could say, you know, live your most authentic self. If you need help with this, DM me or comment below. I'd love to help you. The other thing he could do though is, are you struggling living your true worth and value? Do you still hide like I did? Let me know what your biggest struggle is in the comments below. I would love to share some tips of what helped me. Okay. Are you struggling to live your true worth and value? Do you still hide like I did? Let me know what your biggest struggle is in the comments below. I'd love to share some tips on what helped me. So there's another way to start conversations. If you have people comment on your post, you'll get more activity that will help your algorithm, as opposed to just asking people to DM you. When you ask people to just DM you, you get great messaging, but also very few people comment on the post itself. So giving direction to comment on the post really does help. All right. So remember, you can also do this with Instagram. You can come right over here, and because you already made that photo in a square form, instead, you can immediately take that over to Instagram. And you can do the exact same thing. You can get started. You make your post. It opens up Instagram automatically for you. You hit create. That's Jason. He used to work with us over at Contact Mapping. Now he's on a beach or somewhere. All right. We're going to come over here. I'm going to hit the download. I'm going to get that. I'm going to pull this up. I've got the post. Now look how it fits perfectly in there. Because I squared it, the entire thing fits with the wording just the way it's supposed to be. So if you plan on making a post that's going to multiple places, always do it as a square then and reduce that photo down. I hit next. I hit next. I put that in there. And again, I'm gonna update and put some white space in some things and stuff, just like I did over on the Facebook one. Okay, so let's take 5 minutes and go make our Freedom Friday post. I'm gonna put 5 minutes on the timer. Let's go make our post. I can take questions while we're making our posts. When we get done, I'd love to showcase some of your posts. So throw the link to your post down in the comments in the chat if you want to share your post. But let's do the 5 minutes and stay consistent with making our posts today. Everybody good? Everybody good? Okay, let's make our posts. And then we're going to do some questions also. So let me get the timer up first. And Diane, did you have a question, sweetie?
Yes. What is the measurement for the Instagram post? For the photo?
So it's not so much the measurement as it is square. Just make sure the numbers for width and height are the same.
Okay.
That's all you really have to do.
That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Get them as close to the same as possible, and then you're good. Elizabeth has done 2 posts already today. One with a video and one for a free gift. Yay! That's fantastic. Okay, Julie, thank you. I've scrolled through thousands of images on my phone looking for the one I missed posting with. Yes. You know, there and sometimes I use my own photo. Sometimes I use the AI photos and put some wordings to it. So yeah. Thank you, Julie. I'm glad this was, yeah. We talk about real things here. I have no interest in just, doing fluff on social media because it doesn't work, right? It might get a few people, but it doesn't build a tribe. All right, Danielle.
Okay, Elizabeth, if we're not a life coach or, something like that, so why would people trust us if we say, if you need help, ask me? So
Perfect. Let me tell you what Ray Higdon told me, because it doesn't matter if you're a coach, a network marketer, an affiliate marketer, a Nowsite marketer, a doctor, anything at all.
Like a life coach, like you're a life coach.
I actually am not a life coach.
Oh, a transformation?
I'm a business coach, and that came out of running businesses.
Okay.
So, but let me tell you, it doesn't matter if you're a coach or anything, because I'm going to tell you what Ray Higdon taught me. And this is what changed everything in my life and business. And if you embrace this today, everything will change for you, and you'll never think that you have to be anything else but what you are right now. And you'll be perfectly authentic in it. You ready for it? Because this was big for me. Okay. So he did a coaching session, a one-on-one. I'm blessed. Not very many people get to one-on-one coach with this man. And I got 2 one-on-one coaching sessions with him and he asked me what I wanted to do. So what do you want to do, Elizabeth? And when I told him everything I wanted to do, and in here, it's pretty humbling. It's very humbling telling a man of that status, my dream of what I wanted, right? And I told him the truth. I didn't sugarcoat it. I told him the entire thing. And he said to me, okay, Elizabeth, then you start today. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And he said, so he had a coach, because successful people have coaches have coaches, people work with people who have done stuff, right? So he had a coach, and the coach's name was Hank Norman. And Hank Norman happens to be Mel Robbins' coach also. Okay. And so Hank Norman taught him this thing of the way to build authentically, and the way to be able to always feel confident that you are helping people and able to help them, is to simply go back and talk to the person that you used to be. So you were on a journey of some sort in your life, and something changed. You made a decision to start a business. You lost weight. You got your health back. You went through a health crisis that you started overcoming. You went through financial ruin and had to build back. Something happened somewhere that changed the trajectory of your life. And you went on this different path, right? You go on this different path instead. All you do is continuously go back and talk to the person that you used to be. Even if you're only 2 or 3 steps ahead of that person, you're still ahead of that person. Right. You just go back and talk to the person that used to be. Now, here's the thing that happens. And when he told me this, I was like, okay, but I've lived it now, and it's true. The further you go along, you still keep going back and talking to that person, but you keep going along and you keep building more confidence, and you keep going back and talking to that person. It does 2 things. First of all, you see how far you've actually come. But secondly, who's going to argue with your story? It's your story. They can't tell you that you're not qualified. They can't tell you that, oh, no, 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 you can't do this. You're not good enough to do this or anything else. It's your story. Nobody can argue with that. And the people who need your story and resonate with that, they'll be your tribe. You'll build a tribe, and out of that tribe will be your product users and business builders. So it doesn't matter if you are an affiliate marketer, a network marketer, a coach, a teacher, a doctor, a nutritionist, a dietitian, a photographer, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, because all you're doing is going back and talking to that person that you used to be. And if you do that, you're golden. You're golden.
That's pretty awesome. Thank you.
It changed my life. I'm not kidding. If you feel the energy of what I feel, I'm so incredibly thankful for that one piece of advice, because there was two pieces of advice that changed my life in dramatic ways. The one that Ray Higdon gave me, and the one that my friend gave me back in the 90s. My life was a mess. I was in awful relationships. I never dreamed my life could ever be what it is today. It was a disaster. And without taking the time to go into how bad it was, just imagine the worst. And it was probably even worse than that. It was bad. And I was in the minivan with my friend driving, and I was, again, complaining about my life, complaining about what this person was doing to me, my relationship, complaining about all this stuff. And she looked at me and she said, you know what? She said, the day you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're going to do something about it. And boom, I don't know what happened, but 3 days later, boom, I was out of everything. I made a radical shift in my life. And everything started changing from there. That one and the Ray Higdon one were the two biggest pieces of advice that you take those, Danielle, and I'll tell you, you're going to fly high. And I'm going to be here to help you.
I know you always are. It's amazing. Wow. I'm very grateful. Yeah, you have no idea how grateful I am to have found this community. Thank you.
I'm so glad you're here. All right. How did we do? Did we get some posts done? Anybody get some posts done? Still working on them? Janet got a post done. All right, let's do this. I'm going to showcase Janet's right now. Let's go ahead and take this one. Okay. First of all, I love this photo. This photo is beautiful. Okay. On this hashtag Freedom Friday, I'm celebrating the freedom of embracing who I truly am with no regrets. Yes, every step I take leads me towards harmony and balance, creating a space filled with positivity and peace. I remember the fear I faced when I first started my own business. Oh, yeah. The uncertainty and many doubts that threatened to hold me back. But today, I can proudly say that taking that leap was one of the best decisions of my life. Embrace your true self today and feel the transformative power of authenticity. I love this. To be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Amen. Oh, Janet, that's beautiful. Feel the freedom of being yourself. Thing that you could add on there if you want to, Janet.
Okay.
One thing that you could do is that right after feel the freedom of being yourself, you could say it right underneath. Put down in the comments below what freedom means to you. I would love to celebrate you this Freedom Friday. That will help you start more conversations on your post.
Great. Love it.
Yay! Thank you so much for this beautiful post. And thank you for the quote from Nelson and Mandela. That was perfect. That is absolutely perfect.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. What else do we got going on here today? Vicky. We have Vicky here. Love that banner. So gorgeous, honey. All right. Freedom Friday. Today, I want to take a moment to celebrate the incredible feeling of liberty that comes with being unapologetically myself. Breaking free from the chains of judgment and self-doubt has been one of the most empowering journeys of my life. Embracing my worth hasn't always been easy, but every step has led me to this victorious moment where I can proudly stand in my truth. Each one of us has our own battles with doubt and insecurity, but remember, you're incredible worthy just as you are. Let's stand together and break those chains of doubt and judgment that hold us back. Your journey is unique, and it's time to celebrate every triumph, no matter how small. On this Freedom Friday, let's encourage each other to embrace our true selves and recognize the immense strength within us. Together, we can rise above the limitations and celebrate our worth every day. Let's break these doubts together. Join me in the celebration of freedom and share your journey. How have you embraced your worth? Let's inspire and uplift one another. Love that. Love, love, love this. It takes courage to be the real you. It's also the only path you'll ever find to true freedom. Jamie Kern Lima for those of you who don't know, is the author of Worthy. It's a fantastic book. Yes. And here's the thing. I mean, truthfully, the more we embrace the truth of who we are and live ourselves, the more we set other people free to be themselves too. And that's really what we want, right? We want people to have a good life. I do. So thank you so much for that, Vicki. All right. Last post, Steve. Freedom Friday. Are you a prisoner in your own mind? Wow. Okay. So first of all, see the connection already because of the photos, right? If you can use photos of you, it works great. I used to hide behind a mask, always denying myself from being my true self. Being authentic was a foreign language to me. Powerful, Steve. Very good. But when I started my self-discovery journey and learned how to live my life on my terms, I became so much happier and started fulfilling my life stream. You got an extra E in there. Is your life that?
Sorry.
Well, maybe the extra E is for a big life. It needs more E's. I don't know.
I'll edit that.
Okay. I became an adventurer, the adventurer I always wanted to be. I embraced a childlike philosophy to be curious and start having fun in my life. That one is huge. The more we can do that, the more we can actually live this life, right? Now I feel more alive than I ever have been, and I've broken the chains of my own prison. Oh, Steve, there's a song by the Eagles. And one of the lines in it says, so many times it happens that we live our life in chains and we never realize or we never know that we're the one with the key or something like that. So true. Okay.
Yeah.
Here are some pictures of some of my new adventures where I've broken barriers and have expanded the outlook on my life. If I can do it at 62, you can too. Life's an adventure, so just start living. If you want to do a breakout and have your own Shawshank Redemption, one of my favorite movies, let me share with you what I did. DM me #fun in the comments below. Take the DM me part out because it's going to be confusing if you're going to do a hashtag. I would say #fun in the comments below. Absolutely. Because then you'll get more comments in there.
All right.
But DM me is confusing.
Okay.
Fantastic post, Steve. Great job.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, goodness. Well, I can't have one Vicky without the other. So real quick, we have to do the other Vicky. They're twins now. All right. I've always believed that true freedom comes from being able to build your own dreams, not someone else's. Entrepreneurship lets you work from anywhere and do what brings you joy, all the while living your life on your terms. Embrace the journey. #Freedom Friday. Inspiration from Tony Robbins. The only limit to your impact is your imagination and commitment. Ready to break free? Just DM me. Living life on my own terms. I like this. If you take the DM part of me out though, and say ready to break free, if you feel stuck or something like that, put #something down in the comments below because you want to still keep the algorithm if possible. And then you can take it over to the DM and say, I'll DM you a couple of things I did or something. All right, everybody, my pumpkin alarm went off a while ago and I've got to get on to my next training. So Monday, bring your questions back. And if you have somebody put in the comments, it'll help your algorithm, Antoinette or Tony. I can teach more on that on Monday. All right. Homework over the weekend. Go through and scroll on Instagram or scroll the news feed on Facebook and see what makes you stop on a post. Notice if it's pictures, colors, what it is that made you stop. The more you realize what makes you stop, the more you understand what to create to make somebody else stop the scroll on the newsfeed and see your post. So work on that over the weekend. We'll be back on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific for my AI Live. I am so thankful for all of you, and just thank you so much for being a part of this community. I love you all so much. Danielle, thank you for your awesome question today, because I think it helped a lot of people, and it's a question we all ask. So thank you for that. Comments, real quick. Danielle, on each one of the comments on your post, so I don't forget, make a comment back to the person, but when you make that comment back, ask a question also. The more engagement you can get back and forth in conversation there, the more it could possibly lead over to a messenger conversation or phone conversation or something else. Plus, it helps your algorithm. So that's what you'll do. And then we'll do a more intense training on Monday. Just put it in the chat to remind me, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day, everybody. Love you all. See you
Thank
soon.
you.
Elizabeth, you are fantastic.
Yeah.
Have a
You are
great
really,
weekend.
really
Bye bye,
Have a great
everyone. Have a
weekend.
great weekend.